We're back right now in New at 6. When it comes to next year's budget, New Haven is looking at layoffs, closures, and a noticeable tax increase.
And according to the mayor, whether or not it happens depends on whether or not the Elm City gets additional support from the state and Yale. Channel 3 New Haven Bureau Chief Matt McFarland breaks it all down.
New Haven Mayor Justin Elliker says the city is at a crossroads, and that's why he presented two very different proposed budgets, which take two very different paths. One, the city is hoping to avoid at all costs.
We can't choose not to fund our pensions. We can't choose not to pay debt service.
Tasked with closing a $66 million deficit, New Haven Mayor Justin Elliker says under his proposed crisis budget, the Elm City would see layoffs, eliminate 7 positions between the police and fire departments, along with closing the Whitney Avenue Fire Station, the Mitchell Library Branch, and the East Shore Senior Center. There would also be a 7.75% tax increase.
We have to make these difficult decisions if we do not get the support from our partners.
$1 million from the state, and after the Senate voted today to re-tier the payment in lieu of taxes program, the Elm City could now be in line for an additional $49 million if it's fully funded. 60% of the property in the Elm City is non-taxable, with Yale owning most of it. Elliker says in talking with Yale's president, he's cautiously optimistic about the school increasing its voluntary payment to the city as well. If both of those happen, Elliker says the city would instead be able to pass what's being called its Forward Together budget, which would keep city services at the current level and no tax increase.
I think that we need to be fair in outlining what the different options are on the table. And for me to own those options.
So what's next? Well, next Monday, New Haven's Board of Alders will hold its first public hearing on the proposed budget. And tomorrow, mayors from a number of cities will address the recent developments at the state capitol and the General Assembly voting to re-tier that pilot program and the impact that it's going to have. Reporting in New Haven, Matt McFarland, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.